All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between Alice and XiaoKai. This game taking place here on Concealed Hill. Gonna go ahead and speed things up a little bit, as well. I am limited on the time since my kids are actually in-person school, so need to try and prep things and get them ready and out the door. All right, we are looking at a Keeper of the Grove going up against a Death into a crypt. No, oh, there's that graveyard, so it will be some crypt fiends. And well, that 2-minute mark, as we are looking at the archer Ancient of War creeping out across over here. All right, what's going to be going across in this matchup? A entangle onto that acolyte of the grove. Reinforce the idea of that you need to get your second hero to level 3 much more quickly than you need to get your first. That power spike on those odd numbered hero levels really makes a big impact, and that's what we're seeing now. Been seeing a lot of Keeper of the Grove play, a Blade Master and Farseer harassment play, allowing for the second hero, often a Demon Hunter, Shadow Hunter, or Tauren Chieftain, to try and get to level 3. We may have a continuation of that as well. All right, coming back through. The Limb Ripper going to get entangled here. Alice actually using quite a bit of mana to try and go after some of these other creeps, but that was an important level, as you noticed, trying to get up to level 2 quickly. Wisp still wandering around here. One Archer, one Moonwell, with Moon Juice in it, trying to stay alive here. That one skeletal minion is going to be able to finish it off. No, just playing a game of hide yourself in the gold mine, as the Wisp is going to do exactly that. Back across to the other side, a Death Knight making its advantage off over here, trying to put in pressure and well, try and get to level 3 on this Death Knight. Tech to tier 2 is already halfway done, and we could be looking at a very fast Lich as well, as soon as tier 2 is ready. Or are we going to be looking at a Naga Sea Witch? Well, not quite sure which way. Oh, is that skeletal minion actually able to engage? Yeah, able to take down this Wisp that's trying to hide in the back off over here. There's a quick detonation, denying that experience, as the Death Knight now running on by and gonna get surrounded. All right, quick surround. A Death Knight looking to stop this Tree of Life. Not gonna be able to do it all that easily. Skeletal minion, Scroll of Town Portal finally being used there. Death Knight, well, being forced to retreat back, as the Tree of Life is sitting at 300 hit points and climbing. Back down to the south, are we going to be looking at some treants? Not quite. Yes, Death Knight having difficulties trying to heal early on, does use that Ritual Dagger to heal up a bit of hit points, and also has a Sacrificial Skull as well. What was that Death Knight trying to attack there? Don't even know. Place down some Blight. Gonna try and heal up. There is a Wisp in position. Are we gonna be looking at a Death Coil? Yes, we are, to finish it off. No detonation, as the Death Knight really wants to just continue to heal up as much as possible while staying on Blight. Low hit point units looking to back away. Null Overseer will get taken down. Death Knight staying strong at level 3. As well, I don't believe we're going to be going into an expansion attempt anytime. Well, nope, we are going to be going into an expansion attempt right here as the Lich comes out to play. Second hero, is it being trained up? Yes, it is. It is going to be a Demon Hunter, Keeper of the Grove. Perhaps going to try and do a little bit more harassment as well, finishing off some of those easy units to get experience, and now perhaps get some entangles on some acolytes or some ghouls. Harassment is going to be the name of the game here. Meanwhile, the Death Knight, remembering that this is Concealed Hill, heading over to the Fountain of Health to replenish those hit points. Well, Gargoyle are out onto the battlefield here. Are we going to be looking at some entangles? Keeper of the Grove actually doesn't have line of sight on the inside here, and that is the problem, as the Black Citadel, or the Halls of the Dead, able to offer a bit of protection. Death Coil, Frost Nova, and a lot of damage before that Keeper of the Grove returns back home. I've always liked the purple and pink, not like the darker purple undeads. It feels like it's an appropriate color and thematically just works so well. Yeah. Coming back through, Demon Hunter getting slowed already, and now the Keeper of the Grove should, well, perhaps be getting some trance into the battle or no, trance into the scouting position, allowing the Demon Hunter to try and clear out this Rock Golem creep camp. Haunting of the Goldman has already begun. We are still sitting on no upkeep on both sides. Alice needs to make a move over with this Tree of Life, perhaps try and root and entangle this gold mine here to set up that expansion. Demon Hunter just a little bit shy as the Forest Troll High Priest doing its thing and, well, making it very difficult to kill it. Tome of Agility now being dropped as the Keeper of the Grove looking to perhaps try and finish off some of these units here. All right, is the Keeper of the Grove going to try and, well, back its way through? And now there is the Entangle. I would have thought it would have tried to go this way, then get the Entangle, and then only needing a 2-unit Entangle or 2 units surround and not losing that Archer there. There goes another Entangle. Once more, Ogre Lord going to get taken out. Gargoyles are in play. Death Coil onto the Keeper of the Grove as a potential Creep Jack already in the works. Gargoyles going after the archers now. Death Knight is there, but Death Knight is low on some mana, unable to get off another Death Coil as Mana Burn removes the last remaining bits of mana. All right, there goes an Entangle onto the Lich. Lich could be in a little bit of trouble. Death Knight does not have any more mana, does have a potion of replenishment and a potion of mana for a last bit of healing if necessary. There goes an Entangle here. Are we going to see a Death Coil? Yes, Death Coil, Mana Burn onto the Death Knight as the Lich is now trying to back away once more. Are we going to be looking at, well, there's some slow poison. Are we going to look at another Entangle? Here we are. Gargoyle is now being forced to pull back here. Demon Hunter perhaps going to try and get off another Mana Burn as the Keeper of the Grove needs another 2 seconds. 1 second, Entangle going down onto that Lich once more. A little bit more damage, and it looks as though, yep, Mana Burn's going to finish it off, unable to transfer any useful items over as the Death Knight, well, gains a little bit of experience taking down a Dryad off to the side. Lich sitting at level 1, was almost at level 2. Quick detonation there, trying to take down those skeletal minions as the gargoyle harassment of Alice, against Alice by XiaoKai, going to get very annoying very quickly. Abolish magic getting added in as well. Another wisp gonna fall right there as the gargoyles, well, just making their presence known. Keeper of the Grove trying to put a little bit of pressure down to the south. Death Knight is currently invisible, keeping track of that Keeper of the Grove. We do have a Necropolis here, and this expansion is almost fully saturated. Just needs one more Acolyte to do so. All right. Gargoyles finishing off a Tome of Strength that was never read, not quite sure why. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter looking to get to level 3 off of this Ogre Magi creep camp at the Goblin Merchant Shop. I don't believe it will be enough as the Keeper of the Grove, well, ventures forward to offer in a bit of protection once again. Meanwhile, Death Knight comes across, gets up to level 4, and now going after these wisps once again, trying to take them down, shot after shot after shot. There goes some more. Moonwell could get taken down here as the Dryads are now, well, making their coming back onto the battlefield. Lich now sitting at level 2, going to be clearing out some creep camps by himself with those ghouls. And that's going to get that Lich to level 3, as I mentioned earlier. Level 2 Frost Nova, level 2 Death Coil can make short work or, well, jeopardize the health of any hero regardless. Even if they look like they are, well, green on a life, so to speak. Rock Golem about to get finished off here as the Lich does in fact get to level 3.
A player's forces are under attack.
Wasn't this patch supposed to get us more Frostworms? Well, we'll see. It's, well, we need to see bears out onto the battlefield first before we really see any Frostworm. Frostworms would just be what, a XiaoKai shooting himself in the foot right now if he's going up against an army of Dryads to build units that can't attack your opposing units while taking extra damage. Yeah, that seems like a bad lesson indeed. All right, Red Drake quickly getting taken out. Item going to get picked up. What is it? Scourge Bone Chimes. That is actually a pretty interesting item. If Alice actually tries to go for hippogriffs to counter those gargoyles. The Scourge Bone Chimes, well, 61 to 70 fast damage. That's melee. That's the craziest melee damage in the game. 61 to 70 fast melee damage. And then if you remember, on top of that, you also get a little bit of healing as well. So that all of a sudden turns into some decent healing very quickly. All right, let's take a look at that. All of that healing. One gargoyle being forced to retreat back. What item was dropped? It is going to be Boots of Quel'Tha Lost plus 6 agility. Not going to be that helpful for the undead army, as units are now finally getting taken out. All right, well, no, Ogre Magi getting healed back up by that Forest Troll High Priest. It looks as though Obsidian statues are finally joining back out onto the battlefield. One gargoyle getting taken out by the creeps. XiaoKai not really paying attention here. That could be some bad news, as the Death Knight could have perhaps used a Potion of Mana to try and save some of those units easily as well. Demon Hunter, Keeper of the Grove, sitting at level 3, almost level 4, going to try and engage down to the south here, but not going to really work out. 47 supply, running off of 2 bases, purposely staying in no upkeep, at least for now. Illusionary Demon Hunter, well, causing problems here. Illusions just like not really damage, but being able to remove healing effects as such as Scroll of Regeneration and Potion of Replenishment kind of hurts. All right, it's just like even if you know that it's not real, it's almost one of those moments like, hey, made you flinch, and because you flinched, you took some damage. All right, Mana Burn, Staff of Teleportation, trying to get away, a lot of damage. Well, heading back home there, as the Demon Hunter is a little bit worse for wear. Unholy Aura, slightly faster movement speed. Keeper of the Grove still sitting at level 3. Drops the Pendant of Energy to drink some Moonwell juice and then picks it back up. Alice opting to put an Ancient of War in the middle of the map, keeping track of this very important gold mine here on the high ground. This concealed hill, not very concealed, king of the hill type of map here. Whoever controls this center gold mine often comes out as the victor, as we are going to be looking at hippogriffs. All right, hippogriffs are being trained up, and the vampiric aura of the Death Knights is going to actually cause a bit of problems. That is a big deal indeed. Meanwhile, abominations are out here as well. Hippogriffs trying to back away. More hippogriffs going to get added in. The abominations perhaps going to spread a disease cloud across all of those units fairly fast. All right, coming back off to the north, hippogriffs also deal very good at high melee damage, and plus that roar, though, that a little bit of bonus damage could be the difference. Even with vampiric aura, 61 to 70 damage may not be enough to really come out ahead. Gargoyles going to get poked out of the sky very fast, and now in comes those units. Gargoyles are going to try and save the rest of those units here. Destroyers getting torn apart fairly fast. Down goes another one, as Alice is just owning this battle here. All right, Mana Burn and Death Knight being forced to retreat as the Dryads, Hippogriffs finish off so many of those units. Multiple webs, however, making it difficult, as we may now see that transition into Frostworms, as there are a good number of bears out on the battlefield. Demon Hunter getting to level 4 right there. Ancient of War perhaps going to try and retreat back or just heal up, eating some of these trees out on the map. Druid of the Claws now making its rounds as well. Where are these units perhaps going to try and travel off to next? There is a good number of heals getting in order. Well, hippogriffs, bears, dryads, all ready for this next fight, using the Fountain of Health to kind of offset the disease cloud that is 2 damage a second here. And it's just constant and persistent, even next to a Fountain of Health, unable to stay at full health because of that disease cloud. All right, units getting ready to engage once more. 79 supply, army size is 67 compared to 55. Alice having a slight advantage going into the next fight here, is it going to really
A player's
be
forces are
as
under
as
attack.
big of a difference as there was a couple of bears in the backfield? Does he recognize that all of these bears are? Oh, oh, wow. Okay, I did not know. Well, I did not know that the Bears just got the armor upgrades, so the illusions also just got the armor upgrade as here. Demon Hunter, Death Knight already in a lot of trouble. Death Knight about to get taken down to 31 hit points. A lot of focus right there. 76 supply compared to 60. Well, 63 as Alice easily takes that battle, and forcing his opponent to try and retreat. We don't see any frostworms here. We are looking at a second necropolis being placed down, oddly enough, as the hippogriffs are going to make short work of any of those bears. And even frostworms now are a bit of a problem, as there's so many hippogriffs in the air that the frostworms would probably get taken out far too quickly. All right, 4 crypt fiends on the ground to try and slow down to those hippogriffs. And, well, where are these crypt fiends going to be traveling off to next? Crypt fiends now making their way back out onto the battlefield here. Well, trying to finish off, well, apparently it takes an entire night elf army to kill one sheep sometimes, or not night elf, undead army to kill one sheep. Yeah. All right, a little bit of a standoff in the center portion of the map. Units are going to get ready to engage here. Dryads, hippogriffs, ready to move on through. Bears back on through as well. Hippogriffs looking to start a fight, and both of these are just playing a little bit of a staring contest at each other, trying to see who is going to flinch first and where are they going to try and battle it through. We're looking at XiaoKai. Well, temporarily going up into high upkeep, deciding to back away from it. And now Alice is instead going into high upkeep, double training up some bears, wanting to perhaps take that supply advantage here. Meat wagons, gold wisps are still mining from the gold mines. That's important to note. Sometimes players will stop mining to protect the gold in the gold mines here, lowering your income, so to speak, to pay less taxes. As the Demon Hunter does have a rejuvenation, Hippogriff's going to try and go after some units. Doesn't find any units there, though, as we're looking at level 4 onto the Lich. Staff of Preservation saves a bear. Demon Hunter through death may be forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal again, down to 175 hit points, and already retreating back once more. This has been a constant battle. Oh, one Druid of the Claw did get taken out. One Meat Wagon was left behind there, and a little bit of bonus experience again and again. Abominations, are they going to try and, eat and get some more hit points, cannibalize perhaps? Yes, they are. Trying to eat up and then heal up quite a bit as well. Abominations with vampiric aura and disease cloud, very difficult to deal with, and then just constantly healing from the graveyard as those abominations are ready to move on through again. All right, this abomination, it looks like it wants to eat a corpse, but it's actually getting blocked by this acolyte, unable to do very much. All right, still unholy aura while fighting or while on blight. That abomination nearly back up to full hit points already as it makes its way off to the north here. Death Knight needs to stay relatively close. We're looking at the Fountain of Health and easy access to healing on both sides of the map here, with Fountains of Health and cannibalization for the undead army. Are we going to be looking at, well, what are we looking at here? Perhaps trying to summon a building into position and taking this center high ground location. XiaoKai wants this center expansion and is willing to try and defend it, perhaps forcing a fight to be brought to him. All right, are we going to be looking at some ziggurats? There's ziggurat number 1, ziggurat number 2. We should be looking at a spirit tower and a Nerubian tower to follow this up. Meanwhile, a Shade is just keeping track of Alice, and Alice is kind of gun shy, not sure of what he wants to do, but all he wants to make sure is that he doesn't make a mistake.
A player's forces are under
XiaoKai is
attack.
sitting in high upkeep right now. He's paying those high taxes. Meanwhile, Alice is sitting at 80 over 80 supply. He has not rebuilt some of the moonwells that he's lost, thereby unable to even get into high upkeep until those moonwells are replaced. Demon Hunter now getting into position down here, trying to perhaps take down these spirit towers. Well, Treants are down here trying to get in some damage onto some of these other buildings here. Are we going to get into some repairs? Yes, we are. Hippogriffs do have Roar, but they don't have any easy targets to try and go after, as we're now looking at the Tree of Eternity taking quite a bit of damage. Tree of Eternity getting focused through here. There are some meat wagons, and they will be flinging that siege damage onto that Tree of Eternity fairly fast. Down to 700 hit points. Gonna drop to 400 hit points pretty soon. Squirrel of Town Portal trying to back away. The meat wagon's attack is gonna find itself right there, taking down the Tree of Eternity. And Alice is in trouble as he loses his Tree of Eternity here, unable to move it back, and well, has to be careful about the remaining buildings. The gold mines are already done mining, so perhaps that's the reason why he didn't care nearly as much. But, well, that building still represented a lot of tech, just in case any of the other buildings are taken down. Coming back through, Treants are going to try and finish off this Ziggurat down across here. We are looking at the undead army, 76 over 100, 78 supply army compared to 67. Alice needs this, take any advantage that he can get right now, as the Acolytes are looking to haunt another gold mine and reestablish here. Perhaps repairing this gold mine or this Nerubian tower is also in order, in addition to trying to get an actual spirit tower down here. Yeah, it feels like Crypt Fiends shouldn't be able to auto web down units. That's just my personal preference. I think you should remove autocast on web from Crypt Fiends, because it's an autocast ability that essentially takes an air unit out of play. And it's one of those situations where it's almost a duh type of thing. Like very rarely would you never want autocast on the Crypt Fiend, right? And because it's an always use scenario, right? It's not like it takes up mana and I don't know if your opponent it has Wands of Illusions and throws a bunch of illusionary flying units first, before you can recognize which ones are the real ones. He should be rewarded for that. Maybe web don't drag units closer. Yeah. Web also dragging units closer. Web is basically autocast ensnare for air units, and it's so good. It is so micro. It's so frustrating when you try to build hippogriffs to counter like destroyers and destroyers and frostworms, and you all of a sudden notice, oh wait, the autocast ability of my opponent's army is already going to counter it.
The town is under siege.
Undead is broken. Doesn't matter to talk about it. All right. Thanks for those words, Spiral. Thanks. Undead holding on to this, well, expansion in the center portion of the map here. No one looking to fight yet. Both sides just trying to line up for this next battle. 99 supply compared to 91. Demon Hunter in that frontline spot. 4-4-1 going up against a 4-4. Undead with the additional hero and having those frost arrows. Double Nerubian Tower, perhaps going to try and hit different targets, as we see a quick devour magic there. All right, in comes the hippogriffs down. Well, no web on the hippogriffs as of yet, as they are focus firing down some of those units. Units are now trying to back away. Hippogriffs actually able to take down one destroyer after another, as the chimeras are now going after the abominations. 89 supply. Alice is taking a big advantage here, but the Demon Hunter has fallen at level 4. Chimeras finishing off the remaining units onto the ground, as the Naga Sea Witch may get taken down. Naga Sea Witch able to escape and stay alive. Keeper of the Grove has fallen at level 5. 84 supply compared to 42. Hero Focus Fire, well, is part of the game, but you can't lose your entire army in the process. The downside, though, is that, well, both Keeper of the Grove, yeah, both heroes are currently out of the battle, and by being out of the battle, they are not getting any experience by killing any of these units here. Bears are still trying to follow it up, as we're looking at, well, some of, well, the Haunted Goldmine should just be sniped down by the Chimeras, and perhaps trying to retrain up at least one hero to get a little bit of that experience going again. Hippogriff still trying to wander on through. Demon Hunter back out here onto the battlefield. There goes the Crypt Fiend. Demon Hunter is sitting very close at level 5. Perhaps going to finish off some of those units here to get to level 5 indeed. Now trying to go after some of those last acolytes. 86 supply compared to 42. And that battle really tipped in favor of Alice, even though Alice lost both of his high-level heroes, was able to keep his army alive. And, well, armies win games. Oftentimes there is a big emphasis and focus on the heroes and what they're doing. And I don't know if that was Alice's plan to allow the Demon Hunter and the Keeper of the Grove so much attention to be drawn to them that they were able to figure out this fight. There's a Death Coil finishing off one long distance Hippogriff, a Shade still revealing all of this here. Hippogriff not actually standing next to the Fountain of Health could be a problem. There goes another Hippogriff there. Death Knight is just pretty much saying thank you for all the experience. Hippogriff's not standing next to that Fountain of Health. All right, 87 supply compared to 50. We are still mining gold from this gold mine, even though Alice is in high upkeep. That is a definite problem. Demon Hunter sitting at level 5. Keeper of the Grove. Is it getting resurrected back at home? It is. But it still has a long way to go. All right, while every moment that, well, that XiaoKai is mining from this base here, is trying to get a little bit of a gold advantage, but I don't think it should work out well. Turning back around, Shade keeping track of things here. Bear's now trying to retreat back. There's a little bit of damage. Tree of Life now trying to make its rounds back over. Bears are right there. So much damage. Dryads are not engaged in the fight. There is, well, Chimera is getting, well, pulled down into the very back. Chimera is not able to go after those abominations, well, since they're all down. But the Bears are now going after those Crypt Fiends. Crypt Fiends now trying to, well, walk away. Are they going to be able to do exactly that? No, they are not. But Bears are getting lost in this exchange as well as the Demon Hunter runs on in very, very aggressively. All right, there goes a little bit more healing. Demon Hunter does have a potion of lesser invulnerability, trying to finish off more of those units again and again. Perhaps going to finish off a Naga Sea Witch. No, units are still retreating back as Crypt Fiend after Crypt Fiend is falling or getting sacrificed. Tree of Life now looking to entangle the center gold mine here. Alice looking to perhaps just gain that economic advantage back. Bears are in that front line. Goblin Shredder easily going to get taken down. Destroyers are all right there. And with no easy way to take them down. Well, Dryads, are they going to be able to finish it off? No, it is not. Down to 2 hit points. Ends up staying alive. Destroyers getting ready to engage again off to the top right here. This may be the next important fight. Everything is going to come down to micro here as the entangling of that gold mine is nearly done. This gold mine only has a minute and a half of mining left. Hippogriffs and Bears hanging over here at the Fountain of Health. They're going to try and engage here as this entangled gold mine just going to be suffering a little bit of pretty much free damage. And here we are. There's that engagement. There is a web onto that Hippogriff there. It did drop into position. But oftentimes what you see is, well, if that Hippogriff is above trees, then it gets pulled down into a rather weird spot. Entangled Goldmine, 538 hit points. Hippogriff's trying to back away as we are looking at a quick roundabout here. Keeper of the Grove has been resurrected and has rejoined in on the battle here, very close to level 6 and getting to Tranquility. Heading back off to the north here, Demon Hunter getting ready, lining things up. Ancient of Wonders already getting taken down. Crypt Fiend's now looking to back away, and there's not much that XiaoKai can really do. I think Alice has everything in this in this game to try and close things off. The supply advantage, nearly level 6 on that Keeper of the Grove. Going to go straight after the Destroyer. Now level 6 on that Keeper of the Grove here. Fork Lightning coming back through. Keeper of the Grove could try and get a little bit more damage, and another Crypt Fiend gets taken down as the Demon Hunter is at 5.5. All right, it's just going to be a slow kill now as the Demon Hunter trying to catch up to those units. Going to go and engage Mana Burn onto the Death Knight. Death Knight losing quite a bit of mana there. 129 lost. There goes a quick web, catching a Hippogriff up above a tree and then pulling it back over. Lich getting a big crossover to get to level 5, but gets instantly surrounded by Dryads. That may be the game. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability in order to try and break free. Scroll of Town Portal will save that Lich right there as this Hippogriff, well, down to 77 hit points. 49 supply compared to 76. Haunted Gold Mine should be coming to an end. Only 30 more gold left. Chimera's in the back going to be forcing engagements as the slaughterhouses and buildings will get taken down. Demon Hunter coming back across here, still pushing in more pressure. Tree of Keeper of the Grove still now making its way in. Perhaps we were going to see some tranquility, just forcing a fight. There you are. There's forcing a battle. And the units are just being able to get healed up while fighting in position. Alice takes the game with a beautiful battle in that center portion. So much focus onto the heroes, allowing Alice's army to do all the work. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. And, well, stick around. Come back tomorrow for more WarCraft 3.